Welcome to the Amazon's podcast. I'm Glenn Young, owner of Amazon's Fitness Magazine. Celebrate the female physique. Subscribe to AmazonsFitMag.com. The podcast is brought to you by GPS Photography and Video. Why photography and video? Because of a photo's worth 1,000 words, video's worth a million. GPSPhotoandVideo.com. My guest, live from Chicago from her hotel room, IFBB Women's Physique Pro Olympian Marika Jones. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Now that you're all settled in, what's going through your mind? How do you feel?
I am. I don't know. To be honest with you, this show I don't really know how I feel. I'm here and I'm just ready to show the work. That's it at this point.
Yeah. Well, have you did check-ins with your coach yet?
Yeah, I've been checking in with him all morning, and even when
Okay.
I got as soon as you get in, I send check-in so he can see what order information I'm holding from traveling, and then we go about the normal process every 2 hours. I
Mm-hmm.
eat, put him check-ins, and that happens all the time. But he's competing as well here in
Oh wow. Okay.
212.
212.
So
Okay.
we've both been like ping ponging off of each other this whole time.
Well, I can only imagine the stress going through his mind because he's trying to make sure that he's in the right place while at the same time taking care of you. So that's interesting. That's
Yeah,
a whole new kind of stressor, I would imagine.
yeah, but you know what? Something that he told me, he was like, sometimes when he sees my pictures, it motivates him. So
Mm-hmm.
we really kind of bounce off of each other.
Okay. So, I mean, what has he said based on what he's seen in your check-ins?
He thinks I look good, so if Coach says it, that's all I can do. And he's really straightforward. He's not gonna like blow smoke up my ass. He's gonna tell me the truth.
Right.
So
And what's your
if he
coach's
says
name?
it, Kevin Johnson.
Kevin Johnson. Okay.
Yeah, he's a 212 pro.
Okay. Well, a lot of stuff in the news about the number of shows. I forget what the um, podcast that did it, M Cloud or something like that, I believe it was. Um, and shout out to them because it was a lot of great research. 31 shows for women's physique this year. So I think you guys are in a good place. With that number of shows. What do you think?
I think it should be more personally, but I mean,
Really?
yeah. I
Okay.
mean, if you look at, and I understand there are other categories like classic and bikini, it's like 90 something shows. If you compare
Mm-hmm.
90 something shows to the 30 shows that we have, or however many women's bodybuilding has, I just think that there should be more of an opportunity to show our physiques. And
Mm-hmm.
so it makes it like a dog race to get a qualification or get a look or get better and get that judging in those shows. And I mean, it doesn't have to be 90 shows. I don't agree with
Mm-hmm.
100 shows and 100
Yeah.
qualifications. That's a lot of people on stage at the Olympia, which makes for a long show.
Right.
But I mean, at least 40 shows would be admirable, in my
Yeah.
opinion. But it could be a few more shows.
And I did look at with Muscle Discord. So shout out to him for all that research that he put out there. And basically, he was saying muscle. Let's see, men's physique, 98 shows. Men's men's classic physique. I'm sorry, 98 shows. Men's physique, 106. Women's figure, 53. Women's bikini, 115. Wellness, 66. And so, yeah. So I mean, I get that because total there were 212, 28 shows. Women's bodybuilding only had 20. Women's physique or women's fitness first, 17. And then women's physique, 31. So there you
They
have
were
it.
even in the middle, but
Right.
I think, I mean, for all shows, there should at least be 20 for each category. I mean, I think think that should at least the base minimum should be 20. And I understand fitness because there's more of a liability with the tumbling and the
Mm-hmm.
liability of them possibly getting hurt in an actual stage for them to
Right.
perform on. Being a former gymnast, and that's how I ruptured my Achilles tumbling around. I think that every fitness show should have mats. But that's just me personally.
Right.
Um, but I think that the bare minimum should be at least 20 to 25 shows per person.
Right. That would be sort of a meet in the middle. And when you look at it, say yeah, there's they don't want to look through or wait through 39 bikini competitors at the Olympia, but in the grand scheme of it, it's dollars and cents. So they
Yeah,
feel that wellness and bikini are bringing in the money as well as men's open. That's where they're leading to go to. And then when it comes to okay, who's going to be the one to tell one of those bikini competitors who qualified you can't go to the Olympia? So
right.
I look at it overall. It's a hot button topic. It's not going to get solved no time soon. It's definitely a great clickbait topic, but I mean I don't know what the right answer is other than yes, I believe there should be more women's bodybuilding shows because 20 is just not enough.
Yeah.
Women's physique, I would after looking at 31. Normally, y'all end up on an average at the Olympia about 25, 27 competitors. When you
Mm-hmm.
look at that, so I actually think women's physique is about right. But I think
Mm-hmm.
it's the placement of shows and where it is throughout the country as well, too.
Where it is
Because you
throughout the
talk about
country.
overseas versus in the States.
Right. And I get that there's like divisions that bring in more money. Completely understand that. But if you don't showcase our divisions, how can we bring in money?
Right.
You know what I mean? And not even that, what is the standard? Like, so what is the reason that we don't bring in the much? Is it because they don't want to see muscular women? Is
Mm-hmm.
it that we look too masculine? What is the criteria then? You
Right.
know what I mean? Every single judging is different at every single show based off of what that judge's preferences are versus their criteria.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's so many different things to look at. And if it wanted to be solved, it could be, but
Right.
people have to stop to actually solve it.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. And like I said, dollars and cents. So who's gonna bring the money in? And it sort of bothers me when you look at women's physique and women's bodybuilding, the investment in it. Fitness, yes, they have or figure do have more shows, but when you compare it to the top tier shows of the Arnold's and the Olympia, even when you talk about Chicago, Tampa, Atlanta, because we're going down the stretch now. It's roughly 85, 84 days before the Olympia, and everybody's trying to qualify. It's that shows that bring in, and yes, I think you should reward the promoters that bring in the most money, bring in the most competitors, um, and give them the appropriate Olympia qualification show. And that's of course getting in the weeds too, because how you gonna say, well, this show should be an Olympia show versus this one shouldn't. Um,
Right.
but you look at who's got the most competitors at the Olympia, and 39 are too many as far as the bikinis. Then yeah, you look across the board. Okay, top 25, like college football. Just to name
Right.
that out there.
It should
Um,
almost be like a pre-qualifier to
right.
pre-judging almost. Like
Exactly.
I mean, you're still gonna spend money to fly them out to the Olympia, and they can say they're an Olympian. But it's almost like, do we do a whole nother pre-qualifying situation and then do prejudging and then you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's too
It gets
much though.
murky.
Yeah, that gets a little long and busy because okay, you got the end result is too many competitors at the Olympia versus during the regular shows or during the qualifier shows, should I say, that there's too many competitors there. I mean, and the main one that keeps coming up again is bikini has too many competitors or too many shows and it's too long. But then you got the fit model division that's coming up next year that will be at the Olympian. So what's that going to look like with the number of qualifiers at the show? Um, I don't know. But me, being in North Carolina, I shouldn't have to go all the way to Atlanta to see a women's bodybuilder show. You know,
I
it's a
agree.
5 hour drive.
I agree. I don't, like I said, I don't know what the right thing is. All I can say is that if I ever get to a point in my career, a bodybuilding career in life, where I can financially put
Mm-hmm.
into the sport, that's my plan.
Right.
That's
Right.
always been my plan. I'm trying to work on something with my company, but right now it's just not the right time. But hopefully, maybe next year I can try to do something. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be a person that's talking about it. I want to be a person that can actually be about it and actually put into it. I think that that's important. And if I'm at the top at some point in time in my life, if I ever get to that elite level Olympian status, I know I'm an Olympian.
Mm-hmm.
So before we go there, but in my mind, top Olympian is top five in my
Right.
mind. And I'm not here just for the notoriety on my name. I want to make sure that there's some type of legacy that gets carried on through me, through WPD.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking here to be internet famous. I'm not about that. So,
Right. And it's, when you look at sponsors, are you looking for an influencer or are you looking for an Olympian? Um, it's a lot of influencers out there that got 70, 100,000 followers, but then they get kicked to sleep at the Olympia. Like, it's kind of like when filming high school football, one of the things I do, one of the contracts that I have, and all the parents go say, I want this highlight reel of my son and that, the other thing. And yeah, I can charge you for that, to the scheme anywhere from $75 to $250. And then the kid gets in the game and plays like doo doo, or he doesn't get recruited, he doesn't get the scholarship, and I don't know what to tell you. And so it's like a false narrative out there for them, and a lot of hurt parents because like, okay, well, I thought my kid was that good when they really weren't. And
mm,
likewise, everybody finds out how good they are uh, when they get to the Olympia, which is great because that really separates, um, the top tier from those that are just there. And it goes from there's certain levels to it, from amateur to from pro to winning a show, from pro to winning a qualifying show to the Olympia. And then once you're at the Olympia, you know, it's as good as it gets.
right,
Um, but you being a one-time Olympian, you still an Olympian. They can never take that away from you. So you reach
yeah,
the pinnacle. Right now, it's just how much further can you go? And
yeah.
obviously,
I
based
can
on the
be top
feedback from
three
the
in my
judges.
opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I can
Say
be top
again.
three in my opinion.
Yeah.
But the problem with it is that I'm not an influencer,
Right.
and I don't plan on being. To be honest with you, like I appreciate my followers that I
Mm-hmm.
have, but influencing is a whole nother full time job. I am a single
It
parent.
is.
I'm almost 40 years old, and I have a corporate job. I'm
Right.
not. I don't have it in me to have a film crew following me around just to see my workouts.
Right.
I
Right.
just, it's too much. And
You're
I know
right.
that there's people that I could probably hire to do that, but hire to do that what in this economy? No.
That's a whole
I,
nother expense.
right. I'm trying to keep a roof over my head. My daughter is
Right.
be a senior. We got senior prom, school,
Mm-hmm.
car. I don't,
Yep.
it's just not gonna be for me. That's why I would love for the criteria to speak for itself versus influence. And
Right.
who everybody in our comments and on these blogs, I love the commenting. So this is nothing against anybody. I
Right.
love the commenting because it keeps us valid, like especially
Right.
on the bodybuilding pages, and you can see that there's fans out there that truly love it. But what fans sometimes forget is there is a criteria. It's not just
Mm-hmm.
about being big and muscular all the time. There
Exactly.
is a criteria, even though it doesn't look like there's one.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a lot of people who maybe pay attention to the blogs and take that into consideration of who is friends with who. None of that really should matter. It should really be about who shows up and who has the
Right.
best physique per the criteria.
You're
So, I
right.
mean, I'm not really too concerned if I make it to the Olympia this year. I'm going to give it my best to be top five. My
Mm-hmm.
first Olympia top seven. My goal was top 10. Like, the goal that I want to hit was top 10. I did
Right.
that. The stretch goal was first call outs.
Right.
If I had just been a little bit tighter, I probably could have done that, right? But for me, it's about evolving every time. Like, I'll make it back to the interview, whether it's this year, next year, or years. I'm not really too concerned about that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm looking for it to be this year, but if it doesn't happen, cool. If it does happen, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
But
No,
I
you
don't
see.
want what I don't want to do is run a million shows, drag my body down, and then try to go to the Olympia and have a subpar physique because I haven't run my body into the ground doing show after show after show after show. It's just
Run
not
out of
gonna happen.
gas.
Yep.
Yeah. You run out of gas and you hit that wall. And when you look at it, yeah, when you talk about sponsorships, to hit back on that, sponsors, and I look at this as myself as well. I look at the brand and what I'm out there with Amazon's fitness magazine, which is to celebrate the physique, the female physique. And the issue with that is, hey, this is who I'm promoting. This is part of my brand. So I'm good with it. But then you look at other sponsorships, sponsors, I should say, and you look at how many influencers or how many followers influencers have, and yeah, they'll sell some creatine, but that mean they're gonna win So um, I get it; they're in the business to make money and
Right.
make
It ain't
sales,
about
but I mean,
winning for them.
yeah,
It's more about this person has a million followers, and their million followers are going to listen to them and go buy whatever it is.
right. But I think there's a lot of misses on that in regards because they miss out on a lot of great people that's still gonna be able to push your brand
I
because
agree.
you went after the other person that you got a 10% clearance and or 10% this code whatever. You guys need straight cash, homie. To be honest, to be able to get to these shows and do what you do, and
Yeah.
so and that's all a business too. But I mean, influencers don't mean you're gonna win the Olympia.
Right.
Now,
And it's hard if you don't have sponsors.
yeah,
Like, luckily this year, the shows that I've gone to, I've been able to drive. And I mainly did that just because of seeing what's happening in the aviation world. Not
right,
necessarily with the planes crashing, but the cancellations. I don't want that type of stress on in my life right now. So I've been
yeah,
able to just drive to the locations, luckily, that I've decided to be a part of. But it's expensive. You got
yeah.
hair and makeup, nails, and a lot of stuff this year. I determined that I was going to do my own makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I have a wig sponsor, Tamika Collection.
Mm-hmm.
She sponsors wigs. Oh, I can do that myself. So I took upon myself to do a lot of my stuff myself.
Right.
I have a tan sponsor, Will to Be Tanning sponsors me. But
Mm-hmm.
when she can't be here, she sends me a
Yeah.
kit and I just do my own
Yeah.
tan.
Yeah.
So
You do
it's
your own
like
thing.
trying to minimize as much as I can so that I'm not outputting so much money. And can't forget my suit sponsor, which is surprising you with a brand new suit this evening. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't, I might have seen it, I haven't fully seen it, so I trust her to give me a suit and we're gonna rock with it. She knows what I like, and she's gonna be here because she's based out of Chicago. Sparkle Bitch
Okay.
Suit is my suit sponsor, and she's amazing. So I have really great people in my corner, and then
Mm-hmm.
work on Whirlwind. They keep me updated with my supplements and stuff like that for like creatine or BCAAs, any
Mm-hmm.
of those stuff I need. So that helps a whole lot.
Yeah, it does. And kind of how you got to build your own brand,
Yeah,
from that. And when people believe in you, it'll come. You
yeah,
know, it'll come. But there's gonna be a whole lot of people that's gonna, like I mentioned, the high school athlete and these parents. They're gonna put together hella videos on Instagram and YouTube, and they're gonna hire all these photographers to do their own editing or whatnot. And it's gonna look great, outstanding, great content, um, and so forth. But then, okay, come 6 October, what's it about then?
it doesn't matter until you're standing next to that person. That
Exactly.
person on stage. That's why I always say we all look good by ourselves.
Yeah.
It just it doesn't matter until you're standing next to somebody on stage.
Right. And you can say whatever you want. Sponsors don't want to see their athlete go to Olympia and get spanked. It just, I mean, this is, you know.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
I mean,
I
and
think
so then they're
sometimes
like, you didn't put in
the
all this
Olympia
money. They're like, yeah, there's a frustration part to them. It's just like NASCAR. They have all those sponsors, and when their guys don't win, they didn't put all these millions of dollars. I mean, hey, uh, then there you go. And now the only one that's got it going on really is Mutant Nation, because they have Andrea Shaw because she's Miss Olympia, so that goes hand in hand. So they're good, but in a lot of cases, when you look like Wolfpack sponsors, a lot of people when they do a lot, especially for wellness. At the end of the day, um, they want to see their bag or whatever their gear on Miss Olympia. That's what it's about because that increased their sales. And
Yeah.
I get it, marketing from top to bottom, but at the end of the day, you can have hell of a followers and hell of a YouTube channel and great content, but if you don't do well, that'll slowly drift away.
It's a
But
different
enough
type
with
of
that.
it's definitely a different type of pressure.
Yeah. And that's great that your shoot sponsors there in Chicago. Uh, can you give us a hint as to what the color is going to be? Or are you going to do your reveal later?
I'm gonna reveal it later. I mean, it's pretty. You smell
Mhm.
it. I'm gonna reveal it later.
So now this is your third show of the year. You did
Third show.
Shreveport,
Mhm.
Omaha, and now Chicago. How do you feel? Did you have a clock in your mind? Say, well, I'm gonna do this show. If I don't make it this time, that's it. Or do you feel like you can keep going?
What I'm hoping is this is it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A qualification, and I can just take a moment to breathe and take my daughter to lunch or dinner or something that she wants to do, and
Right.
kind of get my mind back into it because it has. I've been in prep since December, so it has been a lot
Yeah.
on my body. I need a reset, to be honest with you. Um, but it's either so there's a few different things that happen. I'll let you in on the pot, so it's fine.
Okay. Give me
Um,
the exclusive.
let's see. If I mess around and win Chicago,
Hmm.
then the plan would be Dallas.
You want to go do the Texas Pro?
Absolutely.
Oh, I was like, what's it
Listen,
up to now? Last year was 14,000, and yeah,
yeah. We
yeah, I
we
see
need
all
some of
that
that
stuff.
money so that I can
That's yeah.
live in Vegas.
When you look at that, you got to have that show on your calendar just because of the
Yeah,
money.
but if I don't, then Mississippi.
Okay.
Mississippi is about a 4 hour drive for me, so I can hop in the
Yeah.
car. Drive.
And I was the thing about it, those are geographically closer to you, and that's the way to go.
I'm gonna tell you
Because
real quick. I've
affordability.
never
Yeah.
ever wanted to visit Mississippi ever, ever in
Well,
my life.
obviously, yeah, yeah. I was
As a
for so
black woman,
many obvious
I've
reasons. So you're talking
never
about Tupelo, right?
Tupelo.
Yeah.
I've never even wanted to drive through Mississippi. Let
Yeah.
me just.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Let's
I'm
just
a
say
little unbothered by that.
they don't have a good history.
Yeah, absolutely not.
But it sounds like you're planning to keep going, and obviously to Texas, everybody's got to have that on their calendar because of the money. Um, that would basically take you right up to the Olympia with roughly. Now, obviously, if you win, then you got to make a decision to shut it down or go do Dallas.
Right.
After you can all get caught up in the moment and stuff. But
It'll
yeah,
put you at like 10 weeks out, I believe.
yeah,
10 or 9 weeks out from the Olympia.
right. And when
So,
you
I
look at
mean,
that, you've been in prep since December, and
yeah.
you would go all the way up to. I mean, that would be 10 months, right?
I mean, but this is pretty
Yeah,
normal
yeah,
for me. Like, I generally start prep. I start to wrap my mind around prep and start to ease myself into prep right after like the holiday
right, right,
and jump into it full force in January.
right.
The only difference is I qualified early last year. So I
Yes,
qualified in April, I believe, and then I
yeah,
did New York, and then I shut it down until like after the Atlanta Pro. Like I didn't do the Atlanta Pro, but I was there obviously.
right, yeah.
But
Saw you there.
I think right after I got back from Atlanta is when I got back into Olympia when I actually started officially.
Right.
So I don't know what this looks like. We'll see how I feel after this weekend. Really to make a sound decision.
Hmm.
at
Well, I
that point.
really
I
appreciate
don't
you.
want to qualify and then go up there and look like that.
No, you don't. And once you qualify, it's a strong message like, okay, shut it down, regardless of Texas or anything else,
I don't know, but I'm not even thinking.
because you want to be your best on 6 October.
I know, but my daughter need a car.
Yeah, yeah. And that whole senior, when does she go back to school?
um, August 14th, I think.
Okay, yeah, I got to be back the 11th, and
Yeah,
so
so
then
it's
I got to
I'm
go
already
to,
buying school clothes, and
yeah,
I
yeah,
spent $128 on a shirt the other day.
the whole
I told
spin
her,
up the senior year. Yeah,
I
yeah.
said, well, it's not her senior year, it's her junior year, but
Hmm.
that first day of school outfit, I was like, all right,
Oh
I
yeah,
bet you
yeah.
have to
That's
tell
you.
me anything about your room. I bet you have to tell you to take out the trash, clean the dishes, nothing.
Yeah, do something to help mom out. And that first day of school definitely rivals a show.
I
You're
know.
like,
I
man, on
wish that
everything.
we had uniforms, but we don't.
Yeah.
Here we are.
And it's glad you can drive close. So, I mean, and you're in St. Louis, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And then, of course, when they lost the St. Louis Pro, or they stopped doing the St. Louis Pro with women's physique, that was another one shut down. How far was Omaha drive for you?
It was 6 hours,
Okay. And
which
then how
wasn't bad.
far?
It was
Mhm.
pretty cool because I drove past. I used to live in St. Joseph, Missouri for like
Okay.
3 years. So and I hadn't been back since I left in 2018. So I like stopped in St. Joseph, saw my old house, sent it to my daughter, and so I was familiar with that area because when I lived there, I was working for a tobacco company, so I was a territory manager. So I saw a lot of the places that I used to visit when I used to go into the store. So I knew where I was, and it
Hmm.
wasn't bad. So
And how far was it to Shreveport?
Shreveport was 8.5 hours.
Uh, yeah.
It wasn't bad. Listen, I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I was like listening to music.
Yeah.
It just wasn't as stressful as trying to make sure my bag isn't over 50 pounds, make sure that I had
Oh my
everything
God. And
I have.
yeah.
I literally had all my food in a cooler. So it's just a better experience for me. What I've learned is driving has been just a better experience
Yeah.
because I could just pack everything in the car. And go.
Well, the airlines have been a whole new stressor
Yeah.
um, this year. And speaking of which, I saw it on the news the other day, and it just so happened that it was at the St. Louis airport.
Mhm.
Everything was backed up with Southwest, and I thought of you. I'm like, wow, she was right to drive.
Yeah, I could never. It was some type of huge convention
Yeah.
that was there, and those people were literally on the street of the terminal. I was like, oh, I'm so glad that. Yeah, so if I whenever Olympia happens for me, because I'm gonna claim it. I'm gonna make it to the Olympia this year, but my plan is to be there for the whole week. I'm not chancing it. I'm gonna stay the whole week, find an Airbnb or something. I'm not gonna play with the flights.
Yeah. And we're back. We lost a connection for a second, but yeah, to imagine to be out there on the street all day and you got a show and you talk about cortisol levels and how much you stressing, they're like bumping. I'm not going to do it. And
I would have
then it
went
made me
home.
think, how many are there any competitors uh, out there that's going through that? Because and the new ID and all that stuff. But I'm like, yeah, flying. I can't. If you can drive and get there in time and leave another day early, you're probably better off for that. So
Yeah.
that's just the way it goes. And then, of course, how far was it to Chicago for you from St. Louis?
About 4.5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, wasn't a bad drive.
Yeah. And
It
like
was a
when I do
little
like
closer for me. So I'm based out of St. Louis, but I
right.
actually live in Collinsville, Illinois. So it's like it was just like closer to get on the highway.
Okay. So that's good. That's a show you probably have on your calendar going into next year too, possibly, right?
Possibly.
Yeah. And I never know how it's gonna shape up. I said women's physique, 31 shows. Hey, let's put more in the states. Definitely, the last time women's physique competed in North Carolina, in a pro show was the Charlotte Europa. That was like 2017, 2018.
I wouldn't
No,
even compete
2017.
it
I'm
like
like,
that.
that was ridiculous. And of course, the last reigning champion in North Carolina women's physique was Sharonica Hinton, because
Okay,
she kicked everybody's ass doing that show, and I was right there to see it. So, but yeah,
that's awesome.
2017. So I'm like, I don't know, and I get it, it's dollars and cents, but you look geographically and where the fans are and stuff, and the fans of the top three of figure, women's physique, and women's bodybuilding. Those are the ones that seem to catch the most hate, as far as they look like a man and all this. And I'm like, even though um, figure has more shows than, of course, women's physique and women's bodybuilding, but then fitness was just 17. But that's, you got athletes in that in reference to gymnasts, and then their show, and they're spaced out all over the place. So for
Yeah,
me to go see a fitness competitor, I have to go to the Atlanta Pro. So it is what it is. But when you're out there driving, I try to look at it like when you go to work, like 9 to 5, and get there. But I'm not competing. I'm just driving to get to the show. So
yeah.
all the best to you. Kudos with you in that regard. Um, it's peak week. It is now Thursday, right? And everything starts tomorrow. Check-ins today.
Seconds today, show tomorrow. Women start at 1 p.m.
Okay.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm just excited to get up there and share the stage. Everybody put their work in. It's gonna be whatever the judges want.
Right.
And that's kind of where I am in my career, is not putting that pressure on myself. To go into it like I don't want to say it like that, because I don't want y'all to think that I'm not going into it to win it. But it's so subjective. You can't mentally go there. A lot of people mentally go there, and then when they don't hit their goal, um, it shuts them down.
Mm-hmm.
I've been
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
competitive athlete for a very long time. I can't go into a show thinking like that. All I can do is show the best that I can show. And if that is the winning physique that day, then that's the winning physique that day. If it's not, then I'm on to the next. You know what I mean?
Right. Not everybody takes losing well. I mean, it's a process from that standpoint, from the very time that you ever competed in anything. And
I've been competing for a long time.
yeah,
And so
yeah,
you
and
can tell the
everything.
difference.
Yeah.
But we all know what I so believe gets into a lot of competitors' heads is the social media aspect of
Oh
it.
my God. Yeah, it does.
I love all you guys, but I
Mm-hmm.
block it out, especially when it gets close to peak week, because when you get to the point where so many people are like, yeah, Marika's going to win, Marika's going to win, and then you don't win,
Right.
it really mentally messes you up in your head. And so I encourage a lot of younger competitors to just stay off social media during that time. It really is a, for lack of better words, I'm going to use a profane language, profanity. It's a
Yeah.
mind fuck. It really
Yeah.
messes you up mentally, because you
It
have
does.
so many people who are like, you're gonna win, you're gonna win. And then you turn out and get fourth or fifth or don't
Mm-hmm.
win. And it's like you're just mentally messed up.
Right. And all they trying to do is get more likes and followers on their show, and they pray that they're right. Uh, you know, and that's, you got to separate at any given time, especially if you know it's going to mess with you like that. And a lot of competitors, they say, go dark. You know,
Yeah.
3 weeks out from shows to shut everything down. And a lot of
Yeah,
the
so you
champions
already
have done that. It works for them.
right, and you're already like suffering from, am I gonna be good enough? Do I look good enough? Body dysmorphia,
Mm-hmm.
um, stress. For me, these past few weeks, it's been a lot of stress from work. Like work has been
Yeah.
horrid,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, yeah, I'm about to go on a leave of absence. I'll see y'all later because y'all are tripping.
Yeah.
I don't know what planet is in, as they say, is in retrograde. All of those things. It feels like something is happening in the working space that got everybody going crazy.
Well,
So
yeah, I
it's
think a lot of that lends itself to the current administration as well, with all the cuts. Everybody's stressing about
everybody's
everything, or
stressing.
even going to have a job, let alone be able to
Right.
compete in a show. Yeah.
That is 100% what's happening. It's just all these companies are laying off and a
Mm-hmm.
reduction in workforce. You have AI taking jobs. It's so much going on. So
Yeah.
it has been kind of like crazy in the working environment too. So, you got all these factors. Last thing I need is somebody online mentally getting into my head, and not in a
Right.
negative way. I know that they're just trying to be supportive, but I just have to.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And I also think about all the competitors that may not get to compete because of the whole visa thing. And I'm like,
I was
some of
wondering about that. Like
yeah,
I
and
was
I haven't
wondering.
seen any new updates on whether Hadi Chupan is going to be competing or not. But I think of all the competitors coming from overseas.
Yeah,
What's the situation?
I hope that everybody's just staying safe, honestly,
Right.
with all of it, because it's a very interesting and intriguing situation with all the things that are happening. But
Yeah.
I would driving.
Yeah. And every show that I can go to, I'm gonna drive as I can. But out on West Coast, it just is what it is. So
Yeah,
that's
I can't drive to Vegas unless somebody gonna
no,
hop in the car with me and drive. I'm not driving to Vegas.
that's a
I'm gonna have to
20
just
hour
get there a
drive for
whole
me.
week early. That's not make sure that I'm good.
Yeah. So bring me back to it before I let you go. Count me down the next 72 hours. Uh, Check in is today, and pick
Check-ins
it up from
today
there.
at 4 p.m. See what my number is. I'll give over my music, and then I'll come back here. I'm resting, and then in the morning, we get. I don't carb up. Use
Mm-hmm.
fats to fill out for me. It works better for my body, so I'm just eating my meals. Checking in with my coach. I actually physically see him today because he actually gets in today.
Okay.
Um, See him, he'll put eyes on me. We'll go from the plan and get up in the morning, start filling in. And
Mm-hmm.
the good thing is the show starts at 1. So I don't have to be up at the crack of dawn to get my hair done or to
Right.
have my makeup done. I can kind of relax into the show and mentally zone out for what I need.
And what time will women's physique go on? At one, or just the women's categories will start at one?
1, I think we go first.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Get in, get it over with. Feedback. Last question. Give me your feedback that you received from Shreveport to Omaha, going into the Chicago Pro.
Um,
And before you answer that, I can say I know because everybody's been watching shows in women's physique all the way from Pittsburgh, and it's like, okay, what's the category? What's the guidelines? Because what we're seeing is shows in the states and shows leading up to the Olympia. It's totally different when you get in front of the Olympia judges. Because then, okay, it is what it is. So I don't know. They can only judge the physique that's in front of them. But give it to me. What did they say?
Shreveport, I honestly think it was a size thing on my quads from the front. Like they wanted me to show more quads, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Omaha, I don't, and this is not. I think this is what I'm going to say. I think they were splitting hairs in Omaha. So when I say
Right.
what I'm going to say, it's not to downplay anything. Um, the main feedback was more oil
Really?
on my abs.
Now you didn't do your own tanning then, did you? Or did you?
I did my own tan, but
Okay.
I didn't do my own oiling. They oil us up
They gotta
backstage.
do the touch ups. Yeah, yeah.
But that was what my feedback was.
Now that was something they didn't catch after prejudging, or and a lot of times that will fall in the realm of the expediters or maybe tanning somebody will see you. But I mean, and not to put that on the expediters, but I mean because each athlete's got to know. But I would hope that somebody was like, "Hey, come here, let me touch you up." So
Well, I mean, I got oiled up. I felt like I had enough oil, but
right,
what I think it was is the way my abs sit and the way the other competitor abs sit, they looked different on stage. And I
right,
maybe they like that look a little bit more, but that was my feeling.
right.
Because I was shredded. That was like,
Yeah.
that's the most shredded that I have been. I'm a little bit more fuller this show, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I was peeled, the most
Right.
peeled I've ever been. So
And
that
you're
was
one of the taller girls as well. So yeah.
define tall. I'm only 5'5".
Compared to a lot of girls out there, 5'3", 5'1". I
I
mean, no,
know.
you're not 5'6", but I
I
mean,
have
and
longer
no,
muscle
y'all don't have
bellies.
heels. It's just, you know, a lot of athletes, especially in football, they describe them as long and lengthy.
Yeah,
Especially when talking about
I have
defensive
long muscle
tackles and stuff.
bellies.
Yeah,
So my quads don't sit the same way that everybody else's quads sit.
right.
So I don't look as my quads don't look as full or as big as
Right.
everybody else's because I'm longer.
Well,
Genetics.
well, that, yeah, you're right. Genetics, and when they break it into those three body types, ectomorph, endomorph, and mesomorph, I think the top win body types, and I was researching this the other day, has come from endomorph athletes.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
interesting.
the plan is for the off season to really take some time and heavy focus on my quad sweeps. I just don't want to dwell myself out of that category because I gain muscle very easily.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy. It always has been.
Right.
Now shredding down is where it's going, where it gets hard.
I got you. Marika, I appreciate your time. Stepping in and talking to me live from the Chicago Pro, from your hotel room, and go kill it. Get ready for check-ins. I really appreciate your time, and feel free, after the show, check back in with me if you want to come back on. But we'll be watching, and all the best. So be looking
Thank
for
you
your
so
updates.
much.
Thank you for coming on. Really appreciate you.
Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Go have some rest and go kill it.
I am. Talk
All
to you
right.
later.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye. Really appreciate her time. As she is at the Chicago Pro, live from her hotel room, Marika Jones, and a lot of good and great um, thoughts and content. Wish all the competitors well, and as they make their way in, and check-ins will be this evening, and then we'll watch it. Get the live stream, the Chicago Pro, Tim Gardner Productions, so you can check it out and see, and we can go from there because we get this to gauntlet. Roughly 84 days till the Olympia. So we're counting them down. You go from Chicago. Then up next is Tampa and Atlanta. So looking forward to it. And more updates to come as I plan my travel for Tampa Pro and the Atlanta Pro. So looking forward to it. Coming up, and just got a message and just came in. Daphne Holmes, who is at the Chicago Pro, competing as well. We're going to talk to her. Let me verify this time real quick. Yes, I was talking to Daphne 7 p.m. So if you guys want to check in at 7 p.m., we'll be talking to Daphne Holmes, who's competing at the Chicago Pro Women's Physique. And by the time I talk to her, she will have been through check-ins and everything with her coach, as well as the show. So step back in here at 7 p.m. Daphne Holmes, Women's Physique Pro, will be joining me as well, and we'll talk to her. Celebrate the female physique. Subscribe to AmazonsFitMag.com. I appreciate all those that have made purchases of the magazine in print, the new subscribers to the website, and those that have done both as a subscriber to the website and bought magazines. Go to the website. If you click on issues once again, and then it'll take you to the magazine rack. Buy the magazine prompt, follow the prompts, and you can buy your print copy of Amazon's Fitness Magazine. So see you guys at 7 p.m. Talk again soon. Again, appreciate all the support, and as we'll try to find out more or as much as we can from the Chicago Pro. Hopefully I can get some of the women's bodybuilder on to talk as well. Talk soon.